With that lead, at least 3 people are dead after a shooting in KwaMashu in KwaZulu-Natal. Details around the incident are quite limited at the moment. It's believed more people have actually been taken to hospital. Let's get the very latest from ENCA reporter Desin Thathia. Desin, I understand that you have arrived on scene in KwaMashu. What have you been able to establish about exactly what's been happening?
Well, as you rightfully said, Sally, this happened just a short while ago. Police are still on the scene. In fact, you can see them behind me now. There are many police vehicles here, different units that have come to this part of the hostel. And I think I must clarify this. Although it is the hostel itself, but this is the informal side of the hostel, because in between the hostel buildings you have many shacks that have come up, and this shooting that we are talking about is in one of those shacks. The crime scene is just a few meters away from where we're standing now. The area has been cordoned off. I can tell you now that my sources here are telling me that it is now 4 people, at least 4 people that have been killed. Initially, the reports were that there were 3. That number has gone up. There were a total of 9 people. That's the indication that we're getting now, that were in one of these shacks when they were confronted by another group. I'm told that those could have been about 20 people that had come in here with high-powered guns. And at that time, the shooting broke out, and as a result of that, beyond those that passed away on the scene, the others that had gone to the hospital, of those, another one had passed away. I'm told that at least one is also in a serious condition now and is also being treated at hospitals in the area. The motive at this point, Sal, is not clear. But I am getting information from sources that are saying that some of the men that were involved in the shooting are believed to be gangsters, and in fact some could also be could be hitmen. So the indication that we're getting now is that it was a rival gang that had come into this building and ambushed the other men. Obviously, I must stress this point, it is still very early. We're also waiting for the official SAPS spokesperson to arrive on scene. He did say he's in the area, so hopefully he'll be able to give us a sense of what they've established so far.
All right, so officially we've heard 3 dead. You're saying that you're hearing on site that actually 4 people have died. Desin, when did this happen? This happened in broad daylight.
This did. And while I continue to talk to you, Sal, I'll try to show you what's behind me. This is the crime scene that has been cordoned off. This did happen in broad daylight. This would have happened just about 3 o'clock or so, just after 3 o'clock. And unfortunately, it is something that has, over the years, become fairly normalized at the KwaMashu hostel. It has been an area which has been plagued by violence for many reasons. There have been robberies, there have been shootings here. Just a few weeks ago, there were 2 security guards that were shot here. They were accompanying technicians into the area. So it unfortunately is not uncommon, but it has been a while since the frequency of shootings here has dropped. There was a time where there were shootings, for example, every other week, and several shootings in a month. So at this point, to come back to your question, yes, it did happen in broad daylight, but it also wouldn't be the first time at the KwaMashu hostel that we've seen a shooting like this happen during this time of day.
Oh, I mean, Desin, this is just absolutely horrific. And you're saying that it's believed that about 20 armed people just descended on this group who were gathered together in one of the homes, a group of 9 people. So what you're hearing is 4 people have passed away. Of the other 5, are the other 5 all in hospital?
Yes, so at least one of those others is critical. That's what I'm being told now, and has been transported to another facility for further care because of the nature of the injuries. But I also want to give you a sense, Sal, and our viewers, what the lay of the land is, so to speak. I'll take you around and I'll explain what I was talking about earlier when I said to you that this is more of the informal side of the hostel. So on my left is one of what is called the old blocks. That's here, the brick structures. And over the years, these informal dwellings, like the one that you see to my left, and one of those where the shooting has occurred, these have popped up, and it's also made it extremely difficult for police to work in the area, and they've said this previously as well, that because of these shacks now taking up what would have been open space, it also creates a situation where people are able to hide and get away and really get through this maze under the cover of darkness in some instances, and are able to commit crimes. And even in a case like this, where there is a shooting that occurs, there are many escape routes through this maze that is created as a result of these shacks popping up between the formal structures.
I know that you dashed a scene, so I'm not sure if you've had a chance to really speak extensively to the community. You've obviously gleaned a lot of information, bringing us the news that it seems that it's 4 people who've now been killed in this horrific incident. How's the community coping at the moment? What are they saying to you?
Sal, if you'll allow me, I just want to walk you back, because there was something startling that we noticed, something jarring actually. In fact, as we had made our way into the area, my colleague Sandile Makubela was remarking to me that, I wonder if this shooting happened anywhere here, because it seems like life is going on as normal. And that's exactly what we saw as we entered, and I'm just taking you back to what it is. I mean, they are still nearby here. There are still kids that are playing on. There are people that are coming back from work and walking back to their homes. There are vendors that are still selling their items. And I think it speaks to what I said to you earlier, that unfortunately this level of violence has become fairly normalized in some parts. And that is actually the sad reality. This is the road where we are at, and you'll see that, save for a few people that are just gathered along the sidelines and on either side of the road, everyone else further on is just near their homes and going about their business.
It's astounding, Dessen. As you say, there's still children running around in this area, and it's almost becoming commonplace. We are hearing about mass shootings so frequently. Very quickly, just in closing, Dessen, what did you say about the police presence this evening in the area?
There's a very strong police presence here. As I said, a lot of units that have come through. The station commander from the KwaMashu police station is also here. So they're certainly keeping an eye on things, obviously also trying to track down those that were responsible for this. I think it's also an important time to touch on something else, Sally, and that is, over the years, through all of this violence, there have also been concerted efforts to try to bring peace to this area. There have been a number of community leaders. I know that the station commander in the area was also trying to lead a project, for example, to bring people together from, for example, the provinces that they come from, the traditional leaders and other people, other important groupings, to try to resolve this issue, to stop the shootings, the ongoing shootings in this area. And those efforts continue, but at the same time, right now there's also a very big murder investigation that is underway. And as a result of that, they will have to... I think, Sal, I also see the spokesperson for the SAPS in KZN. You'll guide me if we have time to chat to him now, otherwise I can try to have a conversation with him a bit later. But I see... Colonel?
I'll come to you.
Okay. Sal, I see the Colonel is shaking his head as he's walking towards me. I think
Sure.
He's rushing in to get some information and he's meeting the station commander here. But certainly we'll bring you an update from the SAPS as soon as they give us an official statement.
Yeah, absolutely, Dessen. He's got a lot to see to, and I'm sure we'll be speaking to you again this evening. But Dessen, thank you for bringing us up to speed on what information is available at this stage. Dessen telling us that it seems now 4 people were killed in this shooting. 20 people just arrived and opened fire on a group of 9 people. Of those 9, 4 are believed to be dead, 5 in a hospital, 1 of them in a critical state this evening. Dessen Thathia in KwaMashu, thank you so much for that update.